Okay, this is very important. Well, it's just read it. Folks, I lost you already, you're still with it. Still holding on. Charlie, still holding on? Very good. Audrey, you're still holding up?
I'm trying. I'm trying to understand.
Let it just sink in, you know. You have to inhale it. Forget about understanding. You know, we count after the moon. We Jewish people count after the moon. So today was the beginning of a new month. And the fixing is the inside God. And in a nutshell, okay, here comes, and this is again, I have to burden you, but it's so deep. You know, God's name has 4 letters, Yud Ke Vav Ke, right? Okay, basically, the way it is Yud Ke Vav Ke. Yud Ke is God's light, and Vav Ke, Vav He is the way we speak. This month is crazy. Hey, brother Frey. This month is not crazy. It's Yud He, and then He, and then Vav. Vav He. And this is awesome. The Zohar Kodesh says, "Vatelachnu shtehem." Naomi and Ruth were going together. Vatelachnu shtehem. So the Zohar Kodesh says, the 2 He's were going. Because everybody knows on Shavuot we're reading the story of Ruth. In Chodesh Iyar, when they're going on the way, the 2 He's are going together. I mean, it's awesome the way they learned every word of the Torah. Shtehen. Not both, the 2 He's were going together. And here, friends, I have to burden you again. This is Mamish Ishbitz in the deepest way. I'm sure most of you remember it. Let me ask you, God forbid, does any of us have choice to pick up a knife and kill somebody? How would you answer it? The truth is, we have choice. No, I don't. I said to somebody, do you have choice to beat up your children? And if you tell me you're not beating them up out of choice, you're the lowest person in the world. Yeah, I have choice. I don't have choice. Let me ask you, do I have choice? Friday night, one Friday night, I like to have a vacation. I'm going to shul. I'm going to the movies. Do I have choice to do that? Yeah, I do. No, I don't. And here, I want you to know something so awesome. Awesome. Why is everybody running to shul in Yom Kippur? This is the most awesome thing. Because on Yom Kippur, what is shining into us, that we have no choice being Jewish. What brings him back? Yom Kippur, Rabbi Shlomo Carlebach says, Yom Kippur, what is shining? That I have no choice. Maybe I have choice to eat a hamburger or not, but I don't have choice being a Jew. I'm running to shul. And even if I just have my taxi waiting outside, right? But I know I have to do something. Because, and you know what it is, how deep this is? Why is God forgiving us on Yom Kippur? God has no choice. You know, when my child is crying, Do I have choice? I don't have choice. Imagine my children would do the most awful thing and they come and say, please forgive me. Do I have choice to forgive? I have no choice. It's awesome. So I want you to know that letter Vov, Ishbitzer says, is choice. You know why Vov is choice? Because always two Vov. How do you pronounce the letter Vov? Vov, right? Now listen to this, awesome. Hey, how do you, when you spell it out, it's two Heys, right? Aleph is a long thing, Aleph Lamed Pei, right? Beis is Pei Yud Tov. Hey is hey, hey, right? Hey. Do you follow me a little bit? And if not, it's also good. And I don't want to burn you. You let me like it a little bit? Or just half? You should have a blackboard, you know? There are two letters which are mamish just the letter twice. Hey and Vov. Vov. And here says mamish. I want you to know the way the light is shining in. I want you to know something. Anything I have choice does not penetrate me. Do you know how deep this is? Anything I have, if my Shabbos, every Friday night I decide to keep Shabbos, Shabbos does not reach my toenails. If each time my children do something wrong, I cannot decide should I beat them up or not, then me loving my children hasn't penetrated me. And even if I don't hit them, as long as I have choice, it doesn't penetrate me. When does something penetrate you? Yeah, I have choice, right? But not really. So he says, Yud K, God's light, shining first into the head. First it's shining into no choice. And then I have choice. But you know what they do with this non-choice? Gewalt Amat choice is beautiful. Gewalt Amat choice is beautiful. You see, after Shabbos is on the level of no choice, what kind of a Shabbos do I have by choice, right? I'm making it more beautiful, more beautiful, more beautiful, more beautiful. You see, if I love somebody on the level of no choice, then my choices are beautiful, right? If I love somebody by choice, right? I'm just trying to do what I have to do, right? You know, a woman in Israel came to the court, asked for divorce. She said that the first year of their marriage, her husband would bring her flowers every Friday. For 2 years, he hasn't brought her flowers. That means it's over. And you know, on the deepest depth level, Charles agrees with me. You know, first he loved her on non-choice, right? Now he's staying in the marriage by choice. Doesn't bring her flowers. He doesn't have to, right? Anything you don't have to do, you don't do if you only do it by choice. If you do it because it's so deep, if it penetrates you so deep, then you choice. So this month, listen to me. Can you imagine how much Yisocha was penetrated, how much the Torah penetrated Yisocha, that he could know when Pesach was supposed to be? Remember at the beginning I told you? Not he was on the level that he felt the holiness of Shabbos. Yisocha knew before what day should be Pesach, what day should be Shavuot, what day should be Rosh Hashanah. Yom Tov. okay if you want to hear, I want to read for you inside. You know what this month is all about? Have give me 2 more minutes. I hope you remember the Torah. Remember, Ishbita says, what's the difference between Mitzvah and Matzah? It's the same letters, but the Wov is missing. You know what Matzah is? You know, it's so deep, and it's really good to remember this. Because the deepest depth is, the word always says, a slave has no choice. So when God took us out of Egypt, He gave us back our choice. The Ishbita says the other way around. The slave has choice. He doesn't want to be killed, so he keeps on being a slave. But he has choice. You know what Matzah means? You know what a slave is? A slave is somebody who has nothing so deep in his heart, which is beyond choice. He does everything. He does everything, but there is nothing which is so deep. He's not connected to anything so deep beyond choice. Let's say, for instance, if I married this girl out of choice, and every Shabbos my thinking, should I still be married to her or not? So it's a slave relationship, right? Everything is by choice. Shabbos Mindele. What's Matzah all about? Seder night, and just remember, Yom Kippur and Seder night are the two holiest nights. What's happening to Seder night? Yidden get together, and they're telling each other dirty jokes, but they're still getting together. One Yid told me, my uncle, all year long is collecting all the dirty jokes he has to tell it, entertainers Seder night. You know what it means? On this level, on a choice level, it's disgusting, right? It's weird, didn't see him. Shabbos. But imagine you look from heaven. What's bugging this heathen? Why is he coming to the Seder? He has no choice. He doesn't know how to do it. Something inside. You know what the inside is? The Heron. Himlech Eisvopehim. Now listen to the deepest depths. Until we came out of Egypt, my choice was outside. After I came out of Egypt, my choice is on the deepest inside. Here I want you to know something. I visit somebody by choice, right? Then by choice, I walk away. Imagine if I love somebody beyond choice, right? And by choice, it's time to say goodbye. What am I doing? I'm expanding the choice, right? Because it's gewalt, right? So deep, it's so deep. And you know what the right kidney is all about? Because the right kidney, the kidneys are the ones who know most what penetrates you. Hey, mamish now. Meaning to say that the kidneys are the most honest part of me. If my kidneys feel you're doing everything by choice, forget it. I'm sick and tired of your choice. If I'm on the level I'm doing something penetrates me so much, then my kidneys tell me what to do. Okay, I want you to know something. Choice is in this world, right? In this world, the light is not as big as it's in heaven, right? You know what means choice? It is shining into my head. My head, in order for my head to understand it, it has to be a little bit contracted, it has to be small. Because my head cannot fathom the infinite life. Would you really open your heart just for 1 minute? What does it mean I don't have choice? That means I'm so connected to the infiniteness of it. Mamish, the infiniteness penetrates me in such a deep way that I have no choice. You know, choice means it's so far and not more, right? Infinite means it has no boundaries. You know what the deepest depth is? The question is, how much is it for real? And just open your heart for 1 minute. Anything I do from the outside, you know what? If I'm not doing it with my toes, it's maybe real for my soul, not real for all of me. The question is always, how much is all of you involved in doing it? What does it mean? How much, where is it coming from? Is it coming from the deepest depths of you? Or it's just outside stuff? I want you to know there's a Torah that man, Adam, is the same letters like Ma'od, very. What's special about a human being? He can do something very much. The dog also lives, but not very. A human being is capable of very. It's our specialty. Very. You know, some people are learning, they're learning. And some people are very much. Okay, just one more fast Torah. This Shabbos begins with someone, God forbid, talks bad about another human being, and the skin becomes sick. The Parsha begins, Adam. Because everybody knows a human being has 4 names. Adam is the highest. And the deepest question in the world is, the highest person is saying bad things? The lowest. It says Adam. And everybody knows this Parsha is mamish, the fixing of Adam and Eve. Fixing of Adam and Eve. And I just wanted to share with you one thing. The Meshulach says, you know, if I have a big neshama, and I want something so much, Adam, remember, Oisius Ma'id. If I want something so much, and if it doesn't happen, I'll give out of my angry inside. You know, if I want something a little bit and it doesn't happen, okay, it didn't happen. If I want something very much, you know, I cannot argue with Charlotte, but am I right a little bit? Most people crack up when they want something very, very much. It doesn't happen. If they want something and it didn't happen, disappointment isn't so great. They want something very much. Very, very much. So the man Shalach says the deepest Torah, you know, who's talking bad things about others? So, Adam, he wanted something so much. And when it didn't happen, he's angry at every person in the world. He's angry at the world. He's angry at God. It didn't happen. So what's the fixing? The fixing is he has to sit outside the camp want you to know something which is so deep. Do you know there's so many people? As you listen, there's so many people. It's very easy to say that every person is bad. Why not? When do you suddenly find out how good people are? Whenever you're sitting all alone outside and someone comes to visit you, Gewalt, suddenly you say, oh, it's such a very good person. Such a very good person. You know, because this person, this other, wanted something so very much, didn't happen. So he puts the blame on everybody else. But when he sits alone, you realize maybe it was my fault. And he's just in a nutshell. Remember learning it? Adam puts the blame on Eve, even Eve puts the blame on the snake, even without getting involved in the depth. This Shabbos is a fixing that Adam says it's mamash my fault. Mamash my fault. But here comes the Ishbitz Torah. Why the skin? He says the only thing which really changes, again I'm not a doctor, the only thing which changes really in the baby when it's born is the skin. The flesh is there before, the bones are there before. Awesome. The only thing which changes is the skin. The skin becomes hard. And you know what God is telling him? I know you became a hard person. You're so disappointed. It became so hard. But just remember, just the outside of you became so hard. The inside is still the same way. The inside is still the same way. Wow. You know what the whole Torah is? That you can look at the world like with a hard skin, but you can look at the world like, hey, you can perceive the whole world like the way God's light is permeating the world. In a nutshell, there are two ways of experiencing life. You can experience it on the level of choices. This is an apple, this is bacon, this is yeast that you can do anything in the world. Or you can mamish have connected to life beyond all the boundaries. And you know what it is? Himlich als Behira. There is, by choice, or deeper than choice, I can connect my hira, my deepest thinking, to the deepest depths of life. You know, I can walk around deep thinking the whole time about money. I can walk around thinking inside the whole time about Paris. Or I can mamish connect the inside of me, my hira, the deepest inside thought, to how beautiful life is, how beautiful people are. You know something? I can walk around, the whole world is glowing, and I walk around angry. Everything is bad. I don't like the trees, I don't like the flowers, I don't like the streets, I don't like the people. I can walk around, Mama, shining in the deepest way. I want you to know if you do something which absolutely takes the deepest depths out of you, when you're doing it, your Mama shining. I want you to know the first three men who were shining was Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Gewalt was it hard for them. You know, Gewalt was it hard for Rome to break away from paganism. One in the world. What's going on? Shy would ask. Okay, fast. Okay. You going? Is it your friends over? When will I see you again? Tomorrow morning at 6.
I'll try that.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming. Hey, what's happening? Is it you or is it your ghost?
Really?
Humble you. You look so beautiful, darling. So glad to see him. 100 years.
I've been here since Hanukkah.
No wonder everybody was so sad.
Right.
Okay, here, friends. I just really want you to open your heart the deepest way. Who was the first woman who did something and it took everything out of her? Mamish, everything out of her. When our Holy Mother Rocha gave over the Simonim to Leah, right? Gewalt, can you imagine how much she was shining the next day? I want you to know, friends, the choice is, do you want to walk around your whole life without glowing? You want to walk around being angry at the world all the time, saying Lashon Hara on everyone, and on God and everything? Or mamish, listen to your kidneys. And you know when you need your kidneys? I don't need my kidneys to eat apples, right? When it comes to dairy, want to do something very gewalt. You need a lot of guts to do it. You need, mamish, my kidneys, my right kidney to give me strength. I want you to know something. You know, again here, the deepest question in the world is, what are you connected to? And here I want you to know it's so deep. You know, everybody has something which is beyond my choice. Is it connected to God's? Is my hay connected to God's hay? Or is it disconnected? So remember, an ear is Yud K, and then hay Vav. That means my hay, which is actually my actions in this world. You know, Vav, it's what's shining into me, and hay is the way I'm expanding it. But you know what I'm doing? I'm expanding it before I have even choice. Because I'm so connected with it. I'll tell you as an example. I have a good friend, right? I tell this person, can you give me $1,000? Can you give me $10,000? Each time, by choice, they're giving it to me. My children ask me something. It's even before I give it to them, I have no choice. Sure, I give it to them. You know, if my whole being is connected to something else. You know, I have to tell you the truth, I once saw a movie. It was unbelievable. It was one of the Charlie Chaplin movies. And it was half and half. On one half, you saw the priest talking. On the other half, you saw what he was really thinking about. It was just 10 minutes, but it was so funny. You know, he's reading the Bible, talking about God, and he was thinking the whole time, tonight I'm going to have some steak and some bacon and some wine. And see, the whole time. You know, friends, the deepest question is, before we stand on Mount Sinai, not what you're doing. What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about while you're thinking? Where is the deepest depths? To what is the deepest depths of you connected? And the deepest depths also, not only your soul, your whole being. your whole being. You know what the manna did when we ate manna? You know what it did to us? Not only it cured our body, it connected every cell of my body to the deepest depth. Because the Torah is not only given to my head, the Torah is given to my entire being. Now listen to this deepest depth. Yisachar is actually born by Leah, but it is because of the bracha of Rachel. And here I want you to something so deep. Maybe when you daven, it doesn't have to be very. Sometimes it's good you daven very. The bracha, you know, unless you give it on the level of very, it's a waste of time. Blessing, why do we go to Tzaddikim to bless them? Because for them everything is very, you know, maybe we daven very on Yom Kippur. The Am Shnova, when it says Shahakuni with boy, remember? So you think he's dying, right? Very. Won't you know, I had the privilege when the old Sadmar when he came to America. So, I had the privilege of being there in the morning sometimes when you daven. How do we say the brachas in the morning? Sweet, right? It was awesome. I wish awesome. Not to be believed. I want you to know something. The sun has a lot of light. And here comes the deepest depth. The moon only picks up that very of the sun. Very. There is a great light in the world which doesn't show you where the apples are, because the moon doesn't show you anything. It's still dark. You know what the moon does to you? Very. So deep. At night, I'm only connected to the people I love very much. Remember learning it? During the day, I can bear just sitting with somebody I can't stand. The later it gets at night, the less I can stand, right? You know what the Gemara says? The night is only for learning. You know what that means? The people who are not very much into learning, they go to sleep. And the people who are very much, you know how special the nights are. My mother says, real wisdom you can only learn at night, while others sleeping, and you're learning. Why am I up? Why am I not sleeping? Because I want so much. So you hear, friends, this is the deepest steps. On Pesach, God connected me to this deeper than choice. You know, the way I'm expanding it, I'm putting the very into my choice. I'm expanding the hay into my vote. You know, friends, I can spend my whole life like it's Wednesday. I can spend my whole life like it's Simchas Torah and Yom Kippur. I want you to know, it says in Zerkul in Avraham Avinu, every day was Pesach, Shavuot, Sukkot, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Chanukah, and Purim. How much every day? How much every day? Once you know something, friends, the difference between a slave and a free person is the slave is working for somebody else. And once you know, if you live your whole life, but it doesn't touch you inside, you're also working for somebody else. You know, where's your real, the inside of you? Where's the inside of the inside of you? So Pesach begins, mamish, I'm doing something for the inside of the inside of me. Well, what's the first thing I'm doing? I'm connecting my here, my inside thoughts, the inside of the inside, to the highest place in the world. Okay, friends, first thing I want to mamish bring, count woman, because mamish kaval chevra. Yeah.
We have started a morning minyan, so we're now davening in the morning. So we're having a little breakfast. It's very involved. It's very sweet. The davening is very holy to the fast. Okay, the holiness.